Welcome to episode number 6 of the Countertop Podcast. First thing I want to mention is I changed the setup of the Countertop Podcast, so I'm super excited to to shout out a good friend of mine, Sin1. I know you're watching this, bitch. He made the whole background for the Countertop Podcast, and I got the TV hung up now, and it's looking all good now, so I want to introduce my guest, Jesse Malone, my sensei. I've recently took up MMA lately, and you've been beating my ass on a daily basis lately.
That's why I've been very happy to teach you.
You just wanted to fight me. I know that.
No. Fight would enable an equal, like, finding a power of who's got the better hands and who's got the better technique. I just want to beat your ass, dog.
All right, fair enough. So we had a game that Jesse came up with, and we wanted to kind of play it on here. Amanda, can you come over here real quick? Last night, Amanda wrote down 6 words on a piece of paper, and neither of us have seen these, correct?
Correct. Been sitting for 4 hours knowing where the notebook is, and we still did not look at it.
Yep. Okay, so she wrote down 6 words. She's going to show them to the camera here in a second. Jesse's going to pick his favorite color of dice over here on the table. Whichever.
It's going to be hard because I like green. This is fucked.
Which one's the closest to green?
Well, if you mix the...
You're wearing red on your shirt.
And the blue. So can I have 2?
There's not 12 words, bro.
Okay,
so
I'll do the yellow.
Okay, so he's going to roll a dice. Whichever number it lands on is the word that's not supposed to be said. If it is said, bell gets rung, and we have to do a shot. So go ahead and show the words to the camera so they can read them and all that good jazz. Okay.
The screen's too far away. Can't see them.
Yeah, don't fucking look at them. I'm not looking at them for a reason.
And for any of you guys that used to watch the Pee Wee Herman show when you were really young, this is similar to the word of the day and all the furniture and goes ah.
These are the 6.
Shots.
These are the 6 words of the day, and then Amanda's gonna tell us whatever you roll.
1.
The number 1 word. What is it?
Jab.
Jab? Ooh.
So we're not talking about
we're not talking about fighting
for the rest
not
of the
talking about
podcast.
Just out of curiosity, can I know what the other words were now?
No, you have to what?
No, it's I thought it was just that word. We both take a shot if that word said.
Just that one word? You don't want to have your own word? Okay.
No. I think after you say that word on accident, you get to maybe pick another word. Or wait, no. Or maybe have 2 words.
No,
we can have 2 words.
we can
That's
stick
fine.
with the one. You know, you've been drinking.
What, you scared now?
I've been drinking a little bit.
You scared?
No, I'm not scared. It's a matter of keeping track of that shit.
I'm gonna be listening for jab. If you say jab, I'll ring the bell. You take a shot.
Okay. So
if
then,
I say
you roll, and
I want red.
Oh, you want red? I'm sorry.
So these are trick dice. They always land on 1. 2.
2.
Pick another one. You're never going to say this.
What was 2?
Union.
Okay.
So I was like, pick another one.
Civil union. 6.
Motherfucker, that's another Jesse one.
Okay. What was it?
Boxing.
Okay. 3.
Anyways.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
These
Anyways,
are
it is.
Perfect words for one another. Good job, Amanda.
Yeah, that's why I was just like.
Did you say jab?
Yeah,
Oh,
That's a good job.
Oh, job. Okay.
J-O-B, not J-O-B.
All right. Okay,
yeah,
Amanda.
There's 3 words for.
What were the other words? I want to know the words now.
There's 3 words that was more towards Jesse, and then there's 3 words that was more towards you. So, number 1, jab. 2 is union. 3, anyways. 4 was fuck.
Oh, that would have been bad. That would have sucked.
That would like really,
that would have been fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that one would kind of fuck both of you, but like Ricky says fuck a lot.
I'm a fuckmeister. Like
Dude,
I say
till
fuck.
You hear me get mad every other word. Fucking motherfucker.
Okay, number 5 was podcast, and 6 was boxing.
Oh, podcast. I would have fucked that up instantly. Because I said, welcome to the Countertop Podcast. My screen says podcast. Like, is that an instant shot for me?
Yeah.
Well, if I would have rolled 5. So
I would have done good because I've been practicing saying podcast all day, so I would have been saying bod. Podcast.
Okay, Amanda, your services are no longer needed.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go.
Worth the 5-hour wait.
Yeah,
It was worth
you're well.
It was worth
welcome.
talking all that
Hey,
shit last night for the words picked
it
out
took-
just for me and Ricky.
Oh yeah, for the planking, I'm super excited for Monday's workout for Amanda.
It took a lot to figure out these fucking words.
Amanda
Okay.
chipped out of working out the other day for weather. So she's going to be planking a lot on Monday.
Well, it was weather and
I'm super excited for that.
We
got tries, so we're good.
I might make our weights really light just so we could watch the planking.
Okay, so I did want to talk about us starting the whole boxing thing. Like, I'm
Can I
really
can I ask? But can I point something out before we get into the the combat sports aspect of what we do every day?
yeah, sure.
I'm big into my Marvel movies, my superhero movies.
Oh,
great! I just noticed up there, up on your TV, that you have mounted up here for the first time. I noticed.
Oh yeah, shout out to Amanda's brother Matthew. He got the Black Panther for me for Christmas. I got the unicorn Pegasus. It's a Pegasus. It don't have a horn, but got that for me, or no, I got that for Amanda as a stocking stuffer. And that's been hanging up on the podcast for a while.
But see, and I noticed it right away when I got here today because being a big superhero nerd, I have a problem with that because the Black Panther is on the unicorn, the horse with wings, when that should be a Valkyrie, a woman warrior of the Asgards.
I know, and it was a tough decision when I did it, but we made his arms like go this way. I don't give a fuck if I don't belong on you. Like, it's Black Panther, bro. He's doing whatever the fuck he wants. But
He's
it's
politically correct, and he can go wherever the fuck he wants.
If you guys haven't noticed on all the other podcasts, he's been up there, but it was down here. But like he's been on all of them. If you haven't looked, but now he's just up higher up. He's flying up above us. He's good.
Mounted on the wall, just up in the
That's just a shout out to Matthew on that one.
Okay, but what are you saying? We're wanting to get into some of the combat sports aspect that we've been working.
There's something else I wanted to say.
Oh, go ahead.
Just for the cameras aspect, Jesse has some books underneath his microphone because he's so goddamn tall that the microphones weren't tall enough for him. So, what are you, like 6'6", 6'5", 6'5"? Yeah.
My legs are hard pressed against this fucking countertop.
I still got like 4 inches of clearance between mine. Like,
Must be nice.
it's wind kind of sucks down here, dude. How's it up there?
Nothing but O3, bro. Ozone.
Anyways, yeah, I was talking about the boxing.
Real, bro.
So when I first messaged you to call me that one night, I asked you about it. What was your reaction to it, really? Like, oh, Ricky's not that serious about it. He's just calling me because he's drunk, or he's just wanting to do something random about it. Like, what was your thought process of me starting this? Did you think I was not going to be serious about it, or what?
I thought you were serious. The moment you told me to call, and I called, and you picked up, and you talked about it right away, because that's the hardest part, is getting into a new sport like that. Is just
it wasn't really even the sport. It was just like I wanted to get more in shape, and I wasn't doing shit here. I make fucking podcasts and vlogs, dude. Like, I don't do much. Like, and then I sit on my couch after work. Like, I wanted to get more into shape. I'm going on a cruise. You guys are going to see a vlog about that on RRTV. But neither here nor there. I just wanted to get more in shape. And I didn't want to go to a random fucking gym and just work out. Because that's fucking weird, going in front of a bunch of people you don't even know and working out.
Yeah, and then you got the muscle heads that are doing way too much, and then the fatties that are taking up the machines that are doing enough. And
Yeah.
You're somewhere in between.
Yeah, and I'm just starting out, and these guys are like, fucking lift every day, bro. And I'm just like, cool, that's my first day here. Like,
so the answer to that problem was, I'm gonna go train MMA with Jesse and get the shit beat out of me.
Yeah.
It'll be way better because
I'm
watching.
gonna go get punched after work every day.
No, I knew you were serious about it right away because you actually wanted to talk on the phone, and when you called and asked about it, that right away showed how serious you were. Usually I'll make Facebook posts about like seeing if anyone wants to train, because a lot of people are kind of want to try it, and they'll comment on that Facebook post, but that's usually as far as that gets. And some of that's my fault too. Like I get busy working and stuff, so I never return their messages. But you actually straight up called me, so I knew you were eager to come. And it doesn't matter what type of training or if you've been in fights before or not been fights before. Just the fact that you actually wanted to show up and call, and you were like, I'm showing up, bro. I'm showing up. I was excited. And
I've been there almost every day since. Like the first time we had like a couple snow days, and they're like, weather's bad, I gotta go home. So I was there like Wednesday, Friday, and then I've been there every day this week. And
Except for Monday.
well, I go Tuesday through Friday, 4 days on, 3 days off, which I think is
Tuesday through Thursday.
Yeah, she does Tuesday through Thursday.
One day.
Planks are coming, bitch.
And it's been fucking rough, man. Like I have fun every fucking time I do it, but
It's hard work.
it is hard work because I'm not used to it. And you clocked me a couple good times last night, and it's not just about the fighting. It's working out. We get our workouts in, get our fucking arms tired, get our legs tired, and then go do the actual work. Like that's the hard part. And my arms have never been more sore ever. Like my arm's still hurting from like 3 days ago. Like,
well, actually, like I've met you guys before at the gym. Like that's why working with you guys has actually been really nice and good for me. You guys have been one of the better students I've had to teach the trade of martial arts and combat sports too. It's because usually I get a lot of people that are either like wrestlers. A lot of wrestlers, you know, this is Iowa. We got a shit ton of wrestlers.
oh yeah.
Or we get people that been in a lot of bar fights and stuff, and they want to fight in the cage or fight in
It's completely different because like you get out in a street fight, it's completely different than actual like fighter stance. And
yeah, there's
in the streets, you're just fucking wailing.
And the big thing that separates it is what you guys are finding out, but you guys are way more moldable. Is it's work. It's actual work because I get a lot of the people that come in and they just want to like fight on this show on this one random weekend and be a weekend warrior. But then when they come in and find out that I want you to train for 3 months straight of coming here as much as you can every day and actually like work out and lift weights and do a lot of cardiovascular and just get you dying and then we go spar. A lot of these people, they find out how hard it is and then it's actual work and they're like, whoa, I just wanted to get in a big drunken brawl, and it's like, okay, well, you're not a true fighter.
That's not it.
You're not a true martial artist. This is a discipline. This is a lifestyle.
And you know what? Like, I told you, give me 4 months, and I'm gonna be going fucking hard in fucking 4 months, because I'm that's how fucking dedicated I am to getting in shape. Let alone not even the fucking fighting aspect of it. It's just being that in shape and being able to go 6 3-minute rounds right after another. Just like a normal fucking boxing match.
And I tell that to a lot of people that come in.
Give me fucking 4 months and I will be.
A lot of people.
I'll be a hard opponent for you.
A lot of people.
I think.
A lot
Maybe.
Of people come in, they think that like when you come and train martial arts.
How is your timer, by the way?
Going.
Okay.
Are they
Just want to make sure.
Okay. But they train combat sports. They think that you're gonna have to like go walk in the ring, walk in the cage one day, but you really don't have to.
And that's another thing I was thinking about. Like I don't know if I'll ever get in the cage or not. Like I kind of want to just to mark it off my bucket list.
Sure.
But like that's just one thing. Like in my vlogs, I hung off the side of the observation tower. That's just because it was 100 fucking feet in the air. It was just because I wanted to. Like I want to go skydiving, I want to go bungee jumping, but like that's just one thing I could tell my kids someday. Like, yeah, I fucking fought in the ring. I did that. I walked out to a Katy Perry song.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
Hey, bro, I won that fight. And like I tell people, when they're like, well, are you afraid you're going to look stupid? I'm like, well, who looks stupider? The guy that comes out to Katy Perry or the guy that loses to the guy that walked out to Katy Perry?
What was your name? Your name was The Solution, right?
Jesse the Solution Malone. Yep.
Yep, and you came out to a Katy Perry song. Yeah, this is The Solution, bitch. I'm walking out to fucking firework. Like,
I've done it a lot of stuff. I came out to fights.
What song did you come out to?
Which song? Which fight?
The Katy Perry song.
What's that now?
Was it a Katy Perry song?
Yeah.
Which song was it?
It was Roar.
Roar, okay.
That was before Misha Tate at the UFC started walking out to it. I walked out. I was the real OG with But before that, I walked out to like DJ Cool, Let Me Clear My Throat, and I love doing that.
Let me clear my throat.
Yep. I walk out with a big sign that says it's a Jersey thing, throwing out glow sticks to the crowd. It got me so pumped. So I like walking out the fights all weird and silly and stuff.
And you told me you're more of like a comedic when you come out. Like you're more relaxed. You're not just like, I'm gonna fuck somebody up. Like you're just it's just relaxing. You just mellow when you go out there, and that's what really keeps her cool. That's what you've been teaching me, and it's been working great. Like last night when we were sparring, like I was just keeping cool. Knocked me down once, but
and every
hell of a job, bro.
Every fighter's different. I mean, like that's what always worked for me, is coming out all weird and silly, and it gets all the butterflies out of me, and getting the crowd into, especially fighting here at home. That's it gets me so amped, and when I get in there, I'm actually pretty calm and like, yeah, let's do this. And it's no different than like a basketball or baseball game. Every time I walked out to a fight, like I'm gonna murder him. He looked at my mom funny or something, treating it like
you got fucked up.
Oh yeah, I got fucked up instantly. But I mean, that was the. But
there's
like,
too much anger and rage in your face that you can't even like see clearly of what you're fucking about to do.
Yeah, and your adrenaline will get the best of you, and you'll get winded. That's what happened with my last title fight. Like within 10 seconds, I got winded and gassed, and I just got picked apart by someone I had no business getting picked apart by. But it all depends what type of fighter you are, because like I've explained to you guys, like that's the difference between me and my good friend Brock Amos. We've been doing this together for.
He's supposed to be on the podcast here soon.
Shout out to Brock Amos.
Yeah, what were you gonna say? You were talking about this.
Eat your heart out, bro. On this podcast for you. What's up? What's up, buddy? No, I love Brock. Brock's been one of my best friends for a long time.
Me too. And Brock, I'm sorry I haven't asked you to be on the podcast yet. I just thought you forgot about me. You don't tag me in Facebook posts anymore, so sorry, dude.
Stop working fucking 7 days a week, motherfucker. Be unemployed for a little bit like me, and then you can do stuff like this.
Anyways, continue about coming out.
Yeah, but that was always the difference between like me and Brock. We were trained the same from the very beginning, and we had the same striking coach and a lot of the same sparring partners for a lot of it. But Brock was always more of an animalistic fighter. Like, he was the fighter. He wanted to go out and, like...
You know what? I fucked up. I said my word. Damn it.
Oh, thanks for catching that.
I caught myself because I started thinking, I was like, damn it. I did say it. Fuck.
That's why that's on there, because you said it a lot.
Yeah, I do. In my vlogs, I say... Does this count? I say anyways a lot in my vlogs. Like, I'm just like, anyways, guys, like... That's part of my vlogs, dude. Like I don't mean to say it. It's just like I'm moving on to the next subject of the vlog. I'm just like, anyways, like that was a fucked up one. Like that one was hard.
Yeah,
but
I think you need to watch for these words. I think we're gonna be so in these conversations, we're not gonna realize we said it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be hard. And she's trying to read a book, and
like you invited. Like,
okay, I'm listening too.
I've always been a talker my whole life, so when you invited me on this vlog, this is like the most exciting thing ever.
This is not a vlog. This is a podcast, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Vlogcast.
But bringing me on and like, hey, we want to hear you talk. I'm on cloud 9 right now, bro.
That's the whole point of it. We want your knowledge.
Oh, just wait till I get the fighting styles. You're gonna be saying your word a lot.
My word, that straight left punch.
If you don't say your word once,
I have so many acronyms for that word. I'm going to try my hardest not to say it. That left popper. No, but, like I was saying before, Ricky's word. No, but, yeah, Brock was always more he's just an animal. The more animalistic fighter, like, he goes off his animalistic instincts, and really, like, every fight he goes into, it doesn't matter if you never talk to the guy, he's just like, I'm going to treat this guy like he kicked my mom in the face and smacked my dog in my house. And I always watched him to fight more like I was a martial artist. I was more just like, it's no different than a basketball game. I'm going to go out here and try
chess is what you've been telling me.
Yep, a big game of chess.
Yep, and you just watch for their next move, and then you just go. That's what I was trying to do last night, but that turned into a straight nose and a fucking jaw.
And don't get me wrong, like Brock, he does the same thing with his fighting skills too. Like he's really technical with his fighting, and he treats it like a chess game too. But he's a
hell of a fighter too.
So
like,
good. Like
we're not talking shit about you, Brock. You can watch this podcast. You're fine.
No, fuck you.
Just don't. But I've been like, after we started sparring, you ever like go on your phone and like just something you were talking about with your wife, like you were just talking about a random subject. You go on Facebook and all of a sudden that subject is like right there.
Oh, of course.
I was randomly talking about, we've been doing the sparring and all the training and everything. I looked on YouTube, a random thing said like top 10 most respectful UFC fights. I was just like, I didn't fucking search this shit. It just popped up, but it was really cool.
You own a cell phone, right? And you live in the United States of America? Yeah, the government's watching, bro. They're listening, man.
We'll get into that later. But yeah, it was fucking random, and it was really cool. And I know somebody told me about this, or asked me, who do you think would win in a fight, you or Brock? And Brock's both a fucking great friend of both of us, and you're a great friend to both me and Brock, and you're obviously my sensei now.
Well, I'm sitting here drinking beer, smoking cigarettes. What a great example.
That's what I do every time I come in there. Hi, sensei. And I kneel down in front of the fucking mat just to be like a fucking douchebag. But no, like I was kind of curious, like, because I kind of started thinking, I was like, I've known Brock a lot longer than I've really known you. Like, I've known you for fucking years, but I never really knew you. I knew Brock, like, we would fucking party every night. We've talked about him on the fucking podcast before, but I didn't really know much about it. And here in just a little bit, after this commercial break, I want to hear your side of that question.
Oh my gosh, I've avoided this question for decades.
I'm excited to hear it. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
If you don't subscribe to Countertop Podcasts, I just want to let you know I have a particular set of skills. A very particular set of skills. And I will find you, hunt you down, make you pull out your phone, and subscribe to Countertop Podcasts.
So, after those brief messages from Jesse, let's get back into our last question.
No, it's okay. I think me and the audience have an understanding.
I hope so, because I'm scared now.
It's so fun. Deep down,
I'm scared. If they're not scared, I don't know. Like,
deep down, I still feel that I'm the tall string bean. Fucking a lot of people knew, if you grew up with me, the tall, little, skinny, funny kid. I still think I'm that guy. I don't think I'm that scary at all. So I laugh at myself.
I mean, like, when your 16-ounce gloves are coming at me, like, that's a little scary at first. But like, when you're getting into it, it's fun.
Well, my wife tells me all the time when I wrestle around with her, she's like, "Dude, you're just a big guy. All around, you're a big guy." And I'm like, "Really? I feel like I'm 15 and 100 pounds and 6'3". Just tiny.
6'3"?
Yeah,
That's
I
not
tall.
tiny.
Yeah.
That's not tiny.
Well,
dude, I'm
tiny
5'10".
this way.
I'm 5'10", dude.
Yeah, but I came out of the womb like 5'10". Okay.
Okay, so back to our original question before we went to that brief message. Who would win? You or Brock? You said you've been avoiding this question for years.
Oh, yeah.
And and Brock's a great fucking friend of mine. Don't get any hateful words on Brock. Don't leave it in the comments. Please don't. You're allowed to. That's it. You're allowed to. That's it. And maybe Brock and Shay. Or maybe Don and Shay. Not Brock. We're talking about Brock. Maybe Don and Shay can leave comments, but that's it.
Don and Shay, remember, fuck that guy.
Fuck you, Brock. Brock's gonna bust in the door and beat my ass now because I said it.
Well,
and he didn't even know.
You got on the podcast. You're here in spirit.
You're here in spirit. You're gonna be here soon in physical, maybe. I don't know. Depends. Stop working your job. But okay, so yeah, continue.
So yeah, that's obviously me and Brock being one of the bigger names of fighting out of Sheraton for a long time. That's something that we always get questions at the bar. Some drunk guy like, "Who do you think you take who?" And we always sidestep it because we're best friends, and that's not something you do. You're not looking to fight your actual best friend, but
you guys are the big names in town. Like who could fucking beat the other one up? Like you know what? Like before, like I got really acquainted with you in the last little while that I've been talking to you about fighting and everything. It was a question that came across me. Like when I never released the vlog that I made one time. It was when I went to one of Brock's fights where he won by the spinning back fist.
Fuck yeah, dude. Love that spinning back fist of his. Devastating.
Oh, it's amazing.
So I get hit with that in sparring, dude.
Is that how your nose got crooked?
Probably, motherfucker. Give me that so many times.
But like I was like, I wonder who would win, him or Jesse. Like I know they're both doing this shit. Like this is before like I really fucking knew you. I knew Brock, that's why I was there. But I was like, I wonder who would win, like him or Jesse. And then like I started thinking about it. I was like, we're all fucking friends here. Like they're probably never gonna fight. I don't ever need to have an answer to that question.
I know, and like the only time we ever had a problem in our relationship, like that was never still an
Relationship?
option.
You guys had a problems in your relationship?
No, what are you talking about? No, but the only time, our relationships go through bumpy patches and stuff, but when, like, the only time we ever had issues, that still was never, that was surprisingly never on the table for either of us. We just didn't talk for a year. And then our trainer parent traps us, brings us in the gym and has us beat the fuck at each other. And when I say beat the fuck at each other, I mean Brock beat the fuck out of me and sit there on the wall and just let him have at it.
I don't like the wall, bro. I don't like it. I don't like the wall.
No one likes the wall. Bro.
I've been on the wall once, and I don't like it.
And for those of you who don't know wall, we have this drill. It's called the wall of pain. When one person sits on the wall, you're not allowed to move from that one spot.
All you're supposed to do is block.
Yep.
And
the person that's punching you
is just
like
swinging.
A workout for you, because you're just punching whatever's open, and the other person, you just got to sit there and learn to block. It's because you can't cover up. You're gonna get tagged in the stomach and tagged in the head. You got to do something. You got to block. You got to figure it out.
I was considering fetal position for a minute.
Everyone does, dude.
But like, my head got rattled a little bit, and I was just like, I don't even know how to do fetal now. Like I had a lump on my head for a few days after the first round. I was like, I don't want to do that for a little bit if that's all right. Like,
well, and like I was telling you guys, and like I tell Brock, because he always hates my walls that I have in my gym. That they're so vicious. They're just
covered in fucking fencing and barbed wire and bullshit. There's no barbed wire, but like, that
insulation, so it gets you itchy at least. It's
if there was barbed wire though, that'd make it a lot less likely to be on the fucking wall. Don't put barbed wire, please.
No, because if I ever make this a legitimate business, oh my gosh, I'd have trouble getting an insurance carrier.
You would have lawsuits out the ass.
You have to sign a waiver.
But like, there's fencing and shit. Like, you hit your head on the fucking nails of the fencing. That just sucks, man. I hit my head like 3 times.
And I do that on purpose.
In the same spot.
Just because you don't ever want to get up against the cage, up against the ropes. It's a really bad spot to be in. Like, there's a time when you get trained up enough and do that wall enough, you can start countering punches off that wall or off the cage. But in
Superman
general,
punch.
Yeah,
Superman
punch. That was my answer to Brock spinning back fist. If he spun back fist me once or twice, I'd Superman punch off that fucking wall, motherfucker. But
we're just shit talking Brock. That's all this podcast is about. Like,
we miss you. That's all it is.
Yeah, we miss you. I haven't seen you since I helped you move into your new house. Or new apartment. Like, that's the last time I think I really seen. Well, when I bought him a new bed, but we're not going to talk about that.
You know what's funny? One of those words at first was going to be Brock.
Oh, was it?
Oh my god, that would have sucked.
Right now,
that fucking guy we don't like right now. We're not saying his name because I don't want to take a billion shots.
Mr. Amos. Okay, but oh yeah, get back to our original question. I still don't really have a good answer for it. I just like to tell people, like, I look at the attributes of what we both bring to the table. When it comes to me, I'm bigger, obviously. I'm longer. I'm just overall stronger.
I think you got like 3 or 4 inches on height with him, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's only like
6 foot, and I'm 6'5".
Yeah.
And I'm longer, and it took me a long time to know how to use my length, because your length can be actually kind of a handicap for a while until you know how to use it. So my length and my just being bigger and stronger is what I have on him. But what Brock always had on me is he is technical. He knows the craft. Really mastered the craft.
Oh yeah.
Like, when I get going on a fight, my drive is high, but his drive to train and to fight and to never quit, his heart is just way surpasses mine.
Oh, he has a fucking heart of gold, man. And like, I remember, like, he would come to parties, and like for a while, like, he was like, I'm not being the sober driver, but I'm not drinking either. Like, it was fucking weird, like, because he would come and like party with us, but like he was drinking water the whole time. He's like, but I am being the fucking sober driver. Fuck all you guys. I'm still here to party, but I'm not actually partying.
I know.
For a long time. It was like me, him, and Shay, and like Taylor Wirtz. Like we're all just hanging out, drinking together, except for Brock. Like, but like, yeah, like it was fucking ridiculous. But that's how it was. Like,
Well, he's probably just looking for someone to fight.
like he's keeping a sober mind to fucking fuck somebody up. But he wasn't driving because he wasn't being the sober driver.
When it comes to the fight, and that's why I tell people the big difference between me and him is being trained and brought up the same. Is that I always thought of myself as more of the martial artist. Like I'm more in the I want to know this trade, get this trade down, so I don't have to use it. Like I'm more into like trying.
I just want to know it and not have to use it. But if I have to, I will.
Yeah. But I always am more seeking into the empathy of others and trying to put myself in other shoes. So if we can talk it out, let's try to talk it out. And Brock was always way more the fighter. Like, and that's not a bad thing.
Oh, I know.
He is the fighter. Like that's why going into a fight, I'm more like all silly, loosey goosey. I'll be sitting there
Katy Perry
shooting the shit with my opponent 3 hours before. No problem going in there fighting him and stuff, but still I'd shoot the shit and stuff, and he's just like no, fuck that guy.
I'm gonna kill that motherfucker
We can
right
be friends
now.
afterwards, but until then, fuck him.
Like I don't like him. I don't even know what he looks like, but I don't fucking like him. Like,
and I never looked at that as a weakness. I actually was jealous of that he could do that because I couldn't. I wish I could because
that's why he's got 2
fights.
title belts now.
Yeah, that's what won him to win some fights.
And he's fucking good at it too. And like, you know what? I don't want to say like I'd be more comfortable training with Brock. Like, I'm comfortable either way because like I've known you for a long time. I've known Brock for a long time. I've hung out with Brock a lot more than I have with you. But like, I feel like right now Brock would probably be more rigorous with me because he knows me a lot better. He'd be like, no, Ricky, fucking take a punch. You've taken a fucking couple slaps from me before. You can have a fucking punch right now. Like,
that's why.
And you know what? Like, I like going the slow, steady pace that you are. And sorry, Brock, but like, you'd be fucking harder on me just because I've pissed you off a lot in the past. Like, if I want to start MMA with you, you're going to go fucking rough on me because there's been a lot of times you're like, oh, I want to kill fucking Ricky right now. Like, there's been a lot of those times. He said it, and I've heard him say it, like, at certain times, and he's just like, I want to fucking kill him. Goddamn, Ricky, you're fucking pissing me off. That's why I'm not training with you.
And you might be right because mine and Brock's friendship didn't start until we started training together. So, like I was telling you the other day, like anytime there might be a subconscious issue that you're not even aware of, but you might be having, like getting annoyed with how they are, how they chew, how they make that stupid joke about your mom. What's up, Brock? What's up? It's like squashed in training right away before you even know it's a problem because you're beating the fuck out of each other. And me and him grew up together.
And you know what? Like I've never been like, oh, I'm fucking stronger than Brock. Like I've always known he could fucking beat my ass, but I love to fucking push his buttons. Like I've always loved to do that.
Oh, I love to too.
Oh, I like because he fucking hates feet so much, and like
he does,
and like
wrestling with him
and like feet. So we'd come home from like a fucking hard fucking night at fucking drinking. We're all me, him, and Shay are just hung over on their apartment's fucking couch, and like Brock would always for some reason sit at like the end of the couch, and I was always laying down because I'm a fucking bitch and I'm a bitch with my hangovers. And Shay was like sitting in the chair like halfway passing out, and I would just start putting my feet on Brock. I'd just start like petting him with my fucking feet. Like I'd be literally just like just petting Brock with my fucking feet, and he's like, motherfucker, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm like, you're hungover though, so you're probably not. And like I just keep doing it until like he was like, all right, let's go get something to eat. I'm fucking done. Like
that's why it's fun to always learn wrestling and jiu-jitsu with Brock and rolling because there's no getting around that. You know, we're sweating at each other, our shirts are off, our feet are out. So I would, and my long legged ass would always try to get my feet in his face and shit. But I always would troll him in different ways just to keep him on his toes. Like we'd be sitting there wrestling. And then he'd be getting the better of me, especially when we started going up to Des Moines at Elite Edge and stuff. His jiu-jitsu game just went way other levels and started kicking my ass. And I started getting to the point where if he started getting one up on me, I'd be like, uh-oh. And he'd be like, what? You getting a cramp? I'm like, uh-oh. it's the tickle monster.
Like,
Start tickling him. He's like, fuck you, bro. Come on, don't do that.
he's so fucking ticklish too. Like,
He is.
like that's the only way I could ever maybe get out of a submission from him too. Like, because I know he's like super fucking ticklish. I got him like almost fucking in tears one time when they had an apartment in Granger. It was me, him, and Shay was fucking drunker than fuck. He was trying to make like a pizza or something, and me and Brock were like fucking around. We were wrestling because I always wanted to fucking wrestle. When I'm drunk, I just, it's just fun. Just, I know he's an MMA fighter. I was like, I'll fucking wrestle you, blah, blah, blah. I lost so many gauges that year. Like, but like, I want to wrestle him. And I know he's fucking ticklish. He doesn't like people touching his feet. He don't like feet touching him. And I would either grab his fucking feet.
You don't want you to say the word feet, motherfucker.
Like, he has a fucking tattoo on his foot that says, "Don't touch this." Have you ever seen that tattoo?
I can't remember if I have or not. But
It's on the inside of his foot. It says, "Don't touch this." like I swear to God. And or like, "Don't touch me," or "Don't something." That's the only time anybody was allowed to touch his foot, was when Don was tattooing that on him. But like, don't touch his feet. Don't let feet touch him. But I would either grab his feet or I would fucking tickle the hell out of him. He's a ticklish motherfucker.
Oh, so bad.
Oh, so much. And it's so hilarious.
And I think the only reason you guys were able to get away with that for so long is because you're his friends and you're a non-combative friend, because
I'm just fucking around. Like, we're drunk and we're just fucking
if
around.
that was just a regular sparring partner or even me, a combative friend, you do it enough, he's going to fucking punch you.
Yeah, like
that against the feet.
Yeah, like, we're just fucking around. But like, I knew for years that like he could fucking whoop my ass, but I just like to push his buttons until and like, I just wanted to, for some reason, I was into a fucking phase, like, where I just wanted to fuck with people until I got punched. Like, because I've never really been punched. You were the first person to ever punch me. And you had boxing gloves on. Like, I've never actually been punched. I don't know why, because I'm a very punchable person.
I'll say.
But like, Brock slapped me a fucking shitload of times. He slaps hard.
Yeah, he does.
But like, I was in a phase like where I just want to fuck with people and just fuck with them until like I got punched. I never got punched. Brock was probably the closest person that ever punched me, and he slapped me really hard.
Well,
like, slapped me enough to like give me a fucking headache.
I'm not saying I could train you to the point where you could beat Brock, but I at least can show you some stuff in the future. So if he does do that, we keep working the body like we've been working like the last few days. Brock hates getting hit in the liver and the kidney. The liver.
Don't tell the secrets. Don't tell the secrets right now.
I didn't know that was a secret. Liver, kidney, and when he's sitting there nursing it, grab his feet.
And then tickle him. That's the secret to Brock. But the opponents don't know until now. And just look out for the left, I think. Left spinning back fist. Watch out for that one.
Right. Is it right hand? Right hand spinning back.
Shh.
Oh, sorry.
They're going to be looking for the left when he's going to hit him with the right.
I'm sorry. It's the middle one. You got to watch out for.
It's the dick one. He's got a big old one of those. He's got a big old dick and a big old heart of gold. We love you, Brock.
I want this podcast
I can't wait.
Just labeled Brock Amos. But he's not here.
Justin Malone featuring Brock Amos. Episode 6, Justin Malone featuring Brock Amos.
Justin Malone narrating Brock Amos.
All right, Brock, I promise. I heard that you were jealous that I haven't asked you yet, but I realized you didn't like me anymore when you stopped tagging me in Facebook posts. I'll have you on here.
You son of a bitch.
I will have you on here soon.
We'll get
I love you, bro.
I love you.
Jesse loves you, and we're both going to beat your ass someday.
We'll
I'll
get
be
you
ne-
there.
Yeah, someday. Just I said, give me 4 months, I'll beat you or Brock's ass.
Well, Amanda's gonna be beating his ass first. All the planks she gets done doing.
Oh, no shit. Like, the planks after missing Friday, I'm so excited for that.
Well, it's not even. It's like I said, like all my easy adjustable Bowflex weights are busted. So it's like I had the old school. You have to unscrew the thing and then take the weights off to readjust when we're weight training. Like, I'm just too lazy to unscrew the weights and plates and put on different sets of weights for Amanda because we're all like I'm trying to lift with all three of us, and like I lift stronger than you, but you lift stronger way than Amanda. So it's I get too lazy to adjust that. So instead of adjusting it, I'm just like, Amanda, just plank for this 3-minute round. Just plank.
You know what we could do?
Yeah, that sucks.
Let's do the dumbbells, but like while we're working our shit out, set some weights on top of her while she's planking, and then that's workout enough right there.
Well, we'll probably be using the plates and the weights. I'll probably just bring out my daughter, one of the two. Bring out that almost 2-year-old and set her on you. It's harder because she's like 30, 40 pounds, but she moves.
Yeah, right. So it's just
Keep her on you, but don't lose your plank.
Yep, I'll tell her she's
yeah.
hot lava. Which means she has to go to the ground because she's going to do exactly the opposite of what Daddy does. My child is a dick.
Well, play cold lava. Then she has to stay up on the hot part. So, we're pretty much over the kickboxing training aspect. There is
the fuck Brock Amos aspect,
Well, yeah, we got that. We got that covered for sure.
So much, bro. So much.
We got that for sure. There was something I wanted to talk to you about, which I actually believe is going to be the title of this video. Jesse Malone for Iowa Senate.
Oh, Jesus.
I did want to talk to you about that because our government's fucked up right now. And I want to hear your views on it, and that's going to surpass me over the hour. I know that. No, I'll give it, and we might go back to the boxing here in a little bit. And I don't want to cut you off, but you weren't saying anything anyways. So there is something new. Oh, god damn it.
Special word of the day.
I did the special word of the day. Oh, we do have to go back to boxing eventually because you're going to have to do a shot here.
Well, we just talked about boxing for like 30, 40 minutes, and I didn't say one fucking word that starts with a J. Ends with
How about you just take a shot with me and just say the word?
No.
All right. Fair enough.
See, Brock, I got your back, dog.
So, well, that shot kind of made me forget what I was saying, but
Well, you want to cover the Iowa Senate?
I do want to cover the Iowa Senate because I understand that you were wanting to run for Senate for a while, and like you kind of just sort of like gave up on it a little bit. And I want to hear your reviews on it. Oh, I remember what I was saying now. For this podcast, it's going to be an ongoing thing, but this is going to be the start of it, where after the camera shuts off, I'm going to do an audio-only version, which they have to listen to on my Spotify if they want to hear what we have to say, which I will pull up my Spotify here if I can. Wait a second. I'm going to pull up my Spotify, and you guys can find it if you search Countertop Podcast, and I will put the link in the description of this video.
That you better subscribe to.
And after the camera is done shooting our beautiful faces, there's going to be an audio-only version, like an extra half hour or so.
2 hours, 3.
Whatever. We can upload as much as we want to on there. That's fine. I'll search it. You go ahead and talk about your Iowa Senate, and I'll slowly get this pulled up.
Oh, yeah? Well, I guess after this little commercial break, though.
Oh, yeah, we got some more advertisements from Jesse coming up here in just 1 second, and then we'll get to the Iowa Senate, and I'll have my Spotify up.
Excellent.
Love you.
Are you guys still not subscribed yet? What the fuck you waiting for? Get on your phone and subscribe to Countertop Podcast right now. Or come down to the Soup Kitchen Gym Combat Center here in Sheraton, Iowa, and we can talk about you not subscribing to the Countertop Podcast.
So, you guys see this right here? This is the Countertop Podcast's Spotify. You can actually go follow me on Spotify now. I have 3 episodes up, and this one's going to be up with an extra audio clip at the end of it, and it's going to be new territory for me on that week. Not on that week, that episode this week. But yeah, so I want to hear about your Senate. I heard that you were, not your Senate, but the fact that you were going to run for Senate, and you said you had some stuff to talk about with that. dive in on that one. I fucked up. I did say anyways. God damn it. This podcast is going to fuck me up.
No, I'll wait.
No, go ahead. Continue.
So should we? So we send Shay to find you if you get lost after this.
Oh no! Don't send him because he gets lost himself.
Well, who else would be able to find you? Besides someone else that gets drunk and lost, he would know where to look.
Send my mom. She knows where I go. That's about it. I randomly seen a Facebook post one day, and at first I thought it was a joke. Like, I thought it was just a funny thing, because you post a lot of funny shit.
Thank you.
Before you broke your phone.
I know.
Like, you would post random fucking things that you'd type out, and it was fucking hilarious every time. And, like, randomly I seen a Facebook post from you, like, I'm running for Senate, who's going to vote for me? Or, I don't remember exactly what it said, but I seen that you were running for Senate, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'd vote for you. But, like, I seen it on the back of your guys' vehicle the other day, Jesse Malone for Senate, and I was like, God damn, like, he's still serious about it. But it's, like, halfway rubbed off now, but...
No, I was taking it dead serious as soon as I had some people approach me and ask me to run for something, because like you said before the commercial break, how our politics is really, fucked up right now in a lot of different areas. People approached me because they knew that I was more of a stand-up guy that was actually that would actually say what is on my mind and actually fight.
Would you jab?
For things.
Would you jab for your things?
No, I'd throw a right hand.
God damn you!
Overhand right, which is my more devastating punch, because I'm looking to get things done.
You're not gonna jab though. Damn it!
Nope. Too light of a punch. No, I was when I was looking to run, I was still working in the Plumbers and Steamfitters Union, and I was looking to get politically involved, just because when I started having children, which was like my oldest daughter's almost 2, coming up this February 2nd, and I just had my second one about 4 or 5 months ago. When I had children, it really set into gear and motion in my head about what type of world we're leaving our kids, because I look at the world that got left to us.
Oh yeah.
And ever since I've been pretty much on my own since I've been 16. I haven't had a lot of help from anybody until I got my wife. My wife's been my rock, and she's been the person that helps me.
That's good. That's good.
I know. She's the reason I'm unemployed right now and being a stay-at-home dad, is because she works and helps me out while I'm figuring my stuff out.
That's why you train assholes like us.
That's right. Sit here on a podcast and talk shit about Brock Amos. Because no one else.
We're going back into the third part of this podcast, talking shit.
You're not
still
leaving this, Brock. You're staying in this bitch. But no, when I was still working a lot of hours, 50, 60 hours a week, and it just seemed like always jumping to the better job. Working physical labor or skilled trades, it just seemed like no matter how hard I worked, ever since I've been on my own, it just never was enough.
Mm-hmm.
It never was enough just to keep the lights on, just to keep food in our bellies. It was never enough, let alone to cover any extra bills like medical bills or like speeding tickets, or just the extras that you get.
Speeding tickets, or like the extra beer you need this week.
Yes. Little extras that you need to make it to be sane as a poverty-stricken kid.
Oh yeah.
Nowadays in the working class, it's really rough, and I got really into it and committed, and I know I was decided to go for the Iowa Senate, the state of Iowa Senate, which is a bigger thing to reach for your first type of election, but we just didn't have a power enough candidate to really run for something in that category.
Because don't you normally go from like mayor, governor, this and this and this, and then to the Senate, right?
Yeah,
like you slowly go up the political ladder.
A lot of people will tell you that it's like earned, like you gotta earn your way up to Senate, or earn your way up if you want to be a U.S. congressman. You got to earn your way up to it. But that's what we're finding. What's wrong with our political system is you're in this system long enough and you learn that you have to play this little game, and you have to make backdoor deals and learn how to play these stupid little reindeer games that is ultimately what you think is making our society better in the longer run by making these deals and selling little parts of your soul as you go, and working your way up and earning to the status of like a U.S. senator. By the time you get there, you're so corrupt you don't even know, because
you don't even remember where you fucking came from.
No.
By that point.
And I'm a firm believer, I'm a firm believer in term limits on everything, because it doesn't matter who you are, myself included. If you're somewhere long enough, you're going to forget where you came from and forget the people that you're fighting for. And that's why I tell a lot of people like me running.
The little Sheratonians.
Yeah.
And
that's why I tell people like me running for Senate, why, I'm a poverty-stricken working class folk. I'm part of us. That's also the issue why I'm just kind of meh if I want to continue running right now, because I find out how hard it is if you don't have money or power. If I'm not an old white man retired that has connections, it's really run.
If your dad wasn't a fucking millionaire, I might as well just stop now.
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough to run as you got to be begging for money left and right, and it does take money the way our political system is set up. Because, according to Citizens United, that was a federal law that was passed. They say that money is it's your First Amendment right. It's a freedom of speech to put your money to get behind someone.
Really?
Yes, and that's why it's so rough. That's why I'm not Republican bashing or anything like that, but that's why you see a lot more established Republicans or Democrats, but a lot more Republicans that get tied in with these big business types, and they just get money thrown at them, and they can just you won't see them knocking too many doors. They'll just write a bunch of big checks and get TV advertisements and yard signs thrown out there like crazy.
And I'm not like too much into like the political stuff. Like I don't pay attention. I don't even know what Trump is. Like, is he I don't know if he's Republican or Democrat. I don't pay attention to that. Like I don't care. Like, cuz it's right now, cuz I'm in Iowa. Like whatever shit that's getting thrown at us is not really affecting me so much. Like I run my own business. I do what I do and I go home. Like it's not affecting me too bad. But I don't really understand the difference between Republican and Democrat. I get like some are against abortion, some are not. Some are against guns, some are not. Like, but really, like why can't we just all get along? I don't understand.
Well, I know, and I'm running as a Democrat, but that's only because when you run for such a bigger office, for your first time, like you gotta kind of.
I go with the one that has the better colors. Like I like red, so that's usually Republican, isn't it? Right? Like I my favorite color is red. That's why I rolled the red dice earlier. Like I go after red. That's why I'm Republican. That's about it. Like that's as far as my political shit goes.
But like even though I'm running as a Democrat, like I still have way more arguments with Democrats, the hardcore Democrat establishment types, than I do my Republican working class people. I get along with we're a Republican heavy area, but I get along way more with Republican working class people than I do actual people that are in this political system of Democrats. Because the two-party system is really having trouble, and people are starting to see that.
We're about to turn all into fucking Nazis here soon.
I know.
This is going to be a Nazi household, I think. Isn't that still like a thing, like on the voting card? Are you Republican, Democrat, Nazi? Like,
No.
That's not anymore? I've never voted. So,
well, the big thing right now is...
I heard that was still a thing back when I was in high school. Like, you could still check as a fucking Nazi.
Well, you can write in whatever you want. But right now, the idea is...
Atheist.
They like to say, the extremists on the left, which would be the Democratic side, more Democratic. The extremists on the left is more of your, anarchists, no government, no establishment, socialists. We all take care of each other. We all make the same amount. We all hug trees and smoke weed. More those guys, the extremists on that side, you're gonna find more hippies, more smoking weed and
okay,
just love everybody, man. And then on the right side, the extremists on that side, you're gonna find more of the Nazis and the we all should have AK-47s and rocket launchers and tanks.
Well, like that's where like, what do you call me then? Because like I want my fucking gun. I want my fucking gun right here. If somebody breaks in my fucking house, I want my fucking gun. I want the right to shoot that motherfucker. But like, also, I want to love everybody at the same time.
Yeah. No, and I
like, so what do you call that party? Democratic Party.
There is no party for real people like you and me that really supports our interests. A lot of the parties, the Democratic and the Republican, the big ones, they use these interests for people like you and me that like, yeah, we want our guns and we don't want them taken away and stuff, and so we can protect our families, but we just want to love everyone. They use that to gain your support. And it's the same thing with like pro-life or pro-choice things like that. Like both parties are just using that to gain votes, but honestly, a lot of those guys
right there,
believe in that.
Right there. That's why I haven't ever fucking voted, because there's not an exact person I can fucking vote for in that sense, because I have a fucking gun 5 feet away from you, Jesse. But I love you. I know you're not gonna fucking use that gun on me, but I still have it. I want it there. I love Amanda. She's not gonna fucking use the gun on me. Like I
So you think?
Shut your mouth. So you think? I think you deserve a shot just because of that. No, it's like I want my right to my fucking guns. They're my guns. I bought them. I use them. I don't use them on people. But I also want to love everybody that I invite on this podcast, but you fucking pissed me off. Well, no. Wait.
Yeah, see, whoa now.
That fucked up. That's an extremist. No, I'm saying like you start fucking up shit in my house and you're not welcome here. There's a right to respect my property. Or there's a right to defend my property. Right? Like if you just go fucking ape shit out of nowhere and start
I would say
breaking shit. Like I'm not saying you're gonna do that, but I have a right to use deadly force.
Well, when it comes to the guns thing, especially, I tell a lot of people this because I am a gun owner and
I did fuck up that whole situation just a second ago.
totally
it was like a tornado of things, but it slowly got to the point like where I was just
I like having these conversations because we don't have to be super. You don't have to be super PC with me. I get what you're saying. I do. I'm not going to tear apart you on MSNBC or Fox News about dissecting thing you say.
I mean, they can try.
Totally
they can try.
What you say. I tell when it comes to gun thing, especially, I tell a lot of people, I'm like we need us that actually own guns responsibly and have permits and actually bought them legally and are registered and everything. It's up to us when you see people like that are like if there's a road altercation and you like I seen this with a kid in my apprenticeship class when I was in the plumbers and steam fitters. He almost got kicked out of the plumbers and steam fitters because of this, where like there was a road rage incident and he got out and was like aggressing this kid, saying that you were being stupid like with your vehicle, and then he got so scared and like aggressive he ended up pulling his gun out on this kid, and the kid ended up like he pulled his gun out on the kid, and the kid still like and I think the classmate of mine threw the first punch, and that kid still like fucked him up. He still fucked him up until he was like stiff, knocked out on the ground. And I told that dude straight in class after like 3 or 4 rotations of classes, because we went to class once every 7 weeks for a full week. I finally was the one that turned to him and said like, hey man, you can't be doing that stuff, because like there are political strings being pulled that like they want to act like they're going to take our guns or not take our guns, but it is just political hoopla from the both parties that are just playing this shit. But it's up to us, the real working class people that actually own guns responsibly, to smack the hands of people that own other people that own guns, not to do stupid shit, to give an opposing political party the right to try to restrict your guns or anything like that, because like all it came down to for that kid was he was too scared to get his ass beat, so he pulled out a gun. Like you only should be pulling out that gun if your life is in danger.
Yeah, exactly.
Like not because your property is getting damaged, not because someone looked at you wrong. I really feel that like a lot of people are just too scared to get their ass beat nowadays, so they pull out a gun right away. And then as soon as you pull out the gun, it becomes life or death situation.
Yeah, and that's where the fucked up thing is. Like I wake up at 4:00 in the morning. Some guy's breaking into my fucking house. I'm not in the mindset like I am after work to come and fight you on a daily basis. Like I just woke up. I'm fucking tired. I can't even fucking see straight because my contacts are fucked up. I'll grab my gun and I'll fucking like that's not life or death, but it's.
But it could be. Yeah, that's
could
fine.
be. I don't see that guy's face, but like, I can't fucking physically fight him right now. My contacts are fucked up because I sleep in my contacts. I wake up at 4:00 in the morning. I'm groggy. I'm tired, and somebody's.
Your contacts are not fucked up enough to shoot.
My big thing is.
Well, I can see like shapes, but like I can't see if he's throwing a punch at me. It's dark. Like I could see shapes.
No, and that's a home invasion. You know, if that's what happens, like you got to do what you got to do. It's a home invasion, but. Overall, I just tell people when it comes
to like on the side of the road and I'm gonna fucking or like in a fucking alleyway, either way, like I'm just not gonna fucking pull a gun on somebody just because of a fucking fight. But like when it comes to a home invasion, that's a different fucking story.
That's why I tell people that like I would like
it's Iowa, not Texas.
Nothing like wanting to take guns away or anything like that. It's just all I'd want to see is that people that get like our permit to carries like I have.
Yep, me too.
Yep, is just get the proper education. On when to use it, when's the right time to use it, get educated on it, and the people that are just getting it on these bullshit classes online, that like you.
I went to a guy's house and I sat there for fucking 4 hours, and got my class with him.
Yeah, you get educated properly.
It was a guy my brother knew, and I told you about my brother. He's fucking
power off.
Thank you, speaker. He's a vet. He's a Army vet. And he knew a guy, and like I didn't have to spend a shitload of money to go do a huge class or anything with a bunch of people. Like I went personally to this guy's house because my brother knew him. Spent a few hours there, and I walked away with a certificate. But like I learned a shitload of stuff. Like you can't go across state lines to certain states with a gun in your car, especially when it's loaded. You can't have one in the chamber while you're walking down the street. Mm-hmm. Like,
and that's all
I mean, you can have it.
That's like my only take on it is just let's the law-abiding citizens that actually own it. Let's educate them all appropriately and let them know when the proper time when to identify when a life or death situation is there or when you're just scared, because there's a lot of people. I'm sorry. I'm at the same boat with a lot of Republicans the same way. We became a bunch of vaginas nowadays. We're just a bunch of pussies, and a lot of people are scared to get their ass beat, and they yank out a gun. And it's like, no, man. Like if you're getting broken in the middle of the night, then that's the time to consider that gun. But
oh yeah.
But let's just educate our citizens on how to use it properly, and the people that are educated. Make it so they swat the hands of the people that are being stupid, because those people are going to ruin it for us. But as far as we just need to be more responsible as a people, and I think the gun, like the Second Amendment, it's never going to go away. We're always going to kind of have.
Have you ever seen the Jim Jeffries special about gun control? He's a
Jim Jeffries is.
Yeah, he's okay. So the comedian, the gun control, he talks about we are a train going through society, and the normal people, they control 90% of the train. 5% of the train are level-minded people like us, and the front of the train, the conductors, the people doing it are the actual fanatical gun owners. Like, I guess we're not fanatical, but like we know what we're doing with guns. We're being safe for them. The second 5% are the people that are just like, fuck. So if you guys were wondering about what just happened with the footage, the camera died. So we had to put a new battery in the camera.
We got talking about guns, and the NSA came in and said nope.
It just killed my camera real quick. So, what I was saying.
They came and took your battery.
Real quick. There's like, battery's dead. Fuck your podcast. We're done. What I was saying was, I don't even really remember like exactly where I was going with that whole train story. It's like a train. 90% of society is in the back side of it. And then you have a 5% here are people that are just like, they own guns, they want their guns. You're not gonna fucking take them away from me. But the front 5% is like me and you, that they know how to use their guns safely. Don't take them away from me. And it's the way Jim Jeffries says it is, it's everybody should be allowed to drive their car as fast as they want. But Sarah got drunk and she ran over a family. Thanks, Sarah, you ruined it for all of us. Or like Jonathan, he does drugs like a fucking champion. We should all be allowed to take drugs. But Sarah fucking took drugs. She stabbed her fucking kids. Thanks a lot, Sarah. You fucked it up for everyone. Like it should be the same way about guns. That's how he describes it. And there's one person that has a gun and they decide to shoot up a fucking school. He fucks it up for everybody else. That's the way gun control should be. Like and people can just walk into a Walmart and buy a fucking rifle. There's no background checks. You can go there and buy a fucking rifle. There might be nowadays, but
Yeah, it's getting a little bit better.
it's getting a little bit, not much. But I just wanted to put my little 2 cents in there about gun control because I know that pisses my brother off, and I know he doesn't watch my podcast, so fuck you. And fuck you, Brock, for not being here.
Fucking Brock.
We're still going back to Brock. Go fuck yourself, Brock.
Feet, dog.
Took those feet with a fucking 10-inch barrel, dude.
No, it's like I was saying a little bit earlier on our little break. It's just like a lot of issues like that. The more that I talk to people, the more I knock on doors and talk to a lot of voters around here, a lot of regular, every working day class Americans and Iowans, we see eye to eye on a lot of issues.
Can I ask you something real quick? How far out of like range of Sheraton did you knock on people's doors and ask them to vote for you? Like, did you go to Des Moines or like?
Oh, the Senate district I'm still thinking about running in. It's a big one. It ranges Lucas County, Wayne County, Decatur County.
So it's only like
County.
It's only like around us. I didn't know if it was. I didn't know if it was like you went up to like random people in Des Moines and was like, "Hey, you want to vote for me?"
Nope, this is all rural Iowa. Been knocking on doors.
Oh, rural. Okay.
Yeah.
So
like Osceola and Leon.
Okay.
Yeah. Just knocking on doors.
Why the fuck do you knock on my door, bitch?
Because I haven't been here yet, bro.
You should have knocked on here.
That's why I'm still like, man, I'm running because like that's what I was talking about earlier. Like if you don't.
You can knock on my door
If you
anytime.
don't have the special type of connections or help with the establishments.
That's what I got you here for. I'm gonna
either
connect
the
you
left
out there.
Or the right, the establishment Democrats or the Republicans, and you don't have that money backing behind you and the resources. It's really tough to do.
Just say jab, bro. Once.
I'm not gonna do it. But it is. It's really rough to do, and that's something I've been finding out. Especially having my second daughter and just been at home and unemployed, a stay-at-home dad, just enjoying my kids and stuff. But it takes if you don't have the money, then you got to get out there and talk to people, go to meetings, knock on doors, get your face out there. But even then, it's still rough running that way because the other side, other people that might be tied in with like ALEC, which American Legislative Exchange Council, was just a big council of big businesses that a lot of more Republican candidates get involved with, and they say that they make laws in conjunction with senators and try to figure out a way to make laws that are going to help our economy grow via big business. But actually, all they do is like, hey, we're going to give you a ton of money, and in return, you're going to just do what we want. What our big businesses want.
Be like, no, go fuck yourself. I'm gonna tell you my fucking views on it, and that's how it's gonna be.
That's how I'm being. But like, if I continue to run this Iowa Senate, my the current sitting senator, she's part of ALEC and stuff, and she's part of that group. And a lot of sitting senators in the Iowa House is a part of that group where they just yeah, whatever you need, big business guys, I'll just do what you want and pass whatever bills you want. Just keep writing me those campaign checks so I can fund my campaign with $80,000 to $100,000 and pay myself to run for office and be set up. But yet people like me that are actually wanting to fight for working class people and wanting to
for actual like
it's
rights and shit.
It's work. It's actual work. But one thing that I try really hard to show when I'm running for Iowa Senate is show that even though I'm running as a Democrat, that we're not working class people, real working class people. Doesn't matter what party you are on. We're not as far apart as what CNN and Fox News tells you that we are. We're not. We care about the same things. We care about each other. We care about seeing our kids and our society start to grow, and our small towns that are dying around here. We want to see them come back to life. We care about these things. But we're just being fed by our political party outlet news of what we need to do, and this is what they're doing, and they're being bastards, and that's why we're just at each other's throats right now. But if you actually have a real conversation like you and me are having, and not debating, just actually talking, you find out that you have so much more in common. We actually care about each other, and we want to get through this together. And that's all that I'm trying to show. But just the way our political system is set up right now, it takes money. And being poverty-stricken, stay-at-home dad, I don't have a lot.
Oh, it's been amazing, like fucking actually like being able to hear about these political things lately, because I've actually been asking myself a lot of questions about the political standby that I'm in. I don't even know what I really stand for, but like I've been thinking about it lately, and like the whole gun ownership thing you were talking about, the whole union thing you were talking to us about during working out the other day, which I want to hear a little bit about here in a second. Jobs are just being taken away from fucking people nowadays, and
yeah, they are.
And it's fucking ridiculous because we're trying to fucking make our way, and we can't even do that because we don't have the right fucking people making the moves that we have to. And it's heartbreaking, really.
In our society, especially the United States, we're so convinced that capitalism was always what the founding fathers want. And I'm not saying that I'm a socialist or anarchist or anything like that. So calm the fuck down. They're right-wingers. They're in the comment section. But what I'm saying is, like, the founding fathers didn't want us to be capitalist-based. Was capitalist is all about, well, we're going to have the big business guys, the job creators, be the ones that lead our economy. And right now, that's what we're doing. We're just bending to the will of these big business guys because they're hoarding all the money. And they
Fuck you, Brock.
Yeah. But they're hoarding all the money and all the jobs, so we got to just bend to them and hold out our hands like Oliver Twist and, may I have some more, sir? And hope in the goodness of their hearts they help us out. Well, if you look in American history, especially with the labor movement, they've shown time and time again they're very irresponsible, and when it comes to people's needs and profits will supersede our needs. And that's why unions and everything rose to power in the early 1900s after a long, hard fight through the 1800s, early 1900s, was because that was the middle class's way to keep them in check. The unions actually formed the middle class, the labor movement did, because that was our way to keep them in check. But now we're slowly reverting back to the days of having big business just rule everything, and even there's a lot of unions out there that. And union's a beautiful thing. I love the labor movement. Love the unions. That's the reason why I'm not union anymore. Is because I'm too labor movement. Even for the
I was always told
leadership.
not to join the union. That was from my uncle's standpoint because he's been working his ass off his whole fucking life and never was with the union. But he's one of the best welders in Iowa. My Uncle Randy. I don't know if you ever seen this fucking welding, but it's spectacular. Well, but he always told me don't ever fucking join a union. But then you're telling me union's amazing. I don't know where I stand on union because I don't know the benefits from a union, but I know the benefits that my uncle has had.
Well, let me cover that really fast. It's the labor movement, and I always say the labor movement, not unions individually. I mean labor movement. The whole thing of working class people banding together, because that's ultimately what unions, the idea of what they were supposed to be and what they are supposed to be.
They're not anymore.
So much.
Not anymore.
But the idea is this is just a band of workers and we're sticking together and we're all at once going to go to the employer and say this is what we want because you're making this much money and you're just hoarding the profits and you're still like cost of living's going up and we're more of a skilled trade here and we're providing a service that you need to make money, so you need to give us our fair share so we can continue to live, because that's the whole point. That's why we go to work every day. If you want $1 billion from the Powerball, you're not going to go and hang pipe or hang iron or go work on cars.
You're gonna go buy cars. You're gonna go buy some fucking
but you're not
pipe built fucking houses.
You're there to earn a living to fund the time that you're not at work. That's the whole point of going to work. We all want to just contribute to society.
I wanna go to work and then come home and do this.
Yeah, we want to
do a fucking podcast right here. That's what I still have to pay for my fucking microphones that I have here, you know? Like I'm that's what I fucking work for. I'm paying for what I have here.
That's the partnership. It's an equal partnership between the working class and the people that actually own the businesses. It says we're going to make you money so you can sit on your ass and collect a bunch of money, but in return of contributing to society and providing something towards society, working 40 hours a week, we want to be able to go home and enjoy our families, because that's the whole reason why we're at work, is to carry insurance and take care of our families and enjoy our friends and enjoy our lives. And the labor movement was just such a beautiful thing for a long time and did so good, but you know it's been a fight and a struggle even when they rose to power and fighting the powers that be. But even when they got to the point like in the 50s when 1 out of 3 working class people were union, the powers that be that were fighting from the very beginning just started funding money to senators and representatives to make laws that would cripple unions, like right to work. Like right to work sounds good on the bill, the head of the bill, right to work, but actually all it does is it prevents shops from being exclusively union. And then now you're in a union shop and you went through a union apprenticeship and you put in the work and you became skilled in that trade, but now you're working alongside someone else that is not union and got to come in and get the same benefits that your union fought for. But yet he doesn't have, now with a few other court rulings, he doesn't have to pay any union dues and just get to enjoy the same benefits that you and your brothers and sisters went on strike for weeks and months and your family starved for. But a lot of the issues I found when I was working union was not with the brothers and sisters. Oh God, I loved the brotherhood of it. I loved it. I believed in it so much. It was a lot of the leadership just believed that the only, like they're so convinced the only way that we're going to survive is to kind of, sorry, I'm not going to be super PC here, but suck the dick of the contractors and the employers.
Oh, it's not PG here. You can say whatever you want to.
Part of a politician, I'm supposed to be somewhat PC, but that's part of my politics.
I don't think
I'm not PC.
I don't think the politicians are watching my podcast. I don't think so.
You'd be surprised what they go to dig in when they're trying to find stuff against you when they're playing dirty.
Well,
that's
at least it was in there that you were not being PG.
That's the idea, is they think that like they're so convinced that we have to suck the dick of the contractor, and they have to, like, business agents and stuff and people that are in the leadership that are unions, not all of them, but a big chunk of them, they just think they have to play ball with these contractors and make nice with them and be business partners. They're convinced that they're being partners with these contractors so they can sit at the same table because they're business partners. And then when you have someone like me that was on the job site, and if we had contractors not abiding by the contract, that something that our past predecessors that fought for this contract actually went on strike for and starved for and bled for and died for to get, when I see that it's not being honored, and I go back to my union hall and say, hey, this contractor's not, he's not giving us enough break time, he's not given us overtime pay, he's given our work that's supposed to be for the pipe fitters to the millwrights or the iron workers or whatever. Sometimes they do that, just different trades. And then they're just like, oh, I don't know what to tell you. Like, sorry, Like, we want to piss off this contractor because we just got them to sign the contract, so I don't know what to tell you. And at the same time, it's not always it's not like, I'm not saying it's all the fault of the local leadership, because there's a lot of times you'll read news stories. Like, there was a ironworker local in New York, and the unions in the big cities are the strongest. And they together, the local said, the contract came up, and now it's okay. Well, now we need to renegotiate that contract, and the contractors have been making a lot of money after the recession. Recession ended, and now they're making a lot of money. And then the skilled workers are like, the iron workers are like, hey, you need to pay your fair share. Like, we've only been making still this same amount when it was recession time. It's not recession time anymore. You need to pay your fair share. Contractors, of course, always like, no, we're not going to do that. So they go on strike. And then it's like, they made a lot of laws against unions in the last 50, 60 years. So, like, we legally only can go on strike during contract time, and we only can go on strike for, like, maybe 2 weeks at a time before
you can only refuse to do shit at a certain time.
Yeah.
That's
it seems
fucked
like
up.
Kind of illegal, because when you
That's fucked up. If everybody joins together and says, I don't want to fucking do this, it shouldn't matter when it is. Like, no, I'm fucking done.
Yeah, because you're working at this job in your free will, right? We're not
Yeah.
slaves here. So if the workers get together and say, no, we're not doing this, we're withholding our labor because you're
Let's wait
that
fucking 2 weeks until we're allowed to say that. No, go fuck yourself.
No, wait 3 years for the contract to get up, and then try to get something done.
I was just making it at a shorter time period.
But this
like,
is how it really works. Like, you wait for the contract to end, and then you have 2 weeks to get it done. And then if a deal doesn't get reached within these 2 weeks, and this is mainly like trade unions, like the actual skilled trade unions, how they work. And within like that 2 weeks, if nothing gets solved, then you start going through arbitration and actual like sitting with lawyers and stuff. And then if it doesn't get solved within another few days, then the international will usually come. The international union will come. And the international, like in New York, this is exactly what happened. The local said, no, we're going to wait for a little bit so these contractors actually give their fair share. And the international just walked right in, and they said, well, no, you guys need to go back to work. And the local's like, no, we agreed as a whole that we're not going to. And the international's like, okay, be a business agent that runs this union, you're fired. The E-board that also runs this union, you guys are all fucking fired. Go back, work in the field, and sign the contract for them. And then sign the contract for the workers without the workers' consent, just so they get back to work paying dues.
there was one thing I wanted to touch on. The other day when we were sparring, because we kind of release our anger a little bit and we just talk about stuff, and you said that when you started to run for Senate, you asked your union workers to vote for you, and they fucking said no.
Well, the workers said yes.
So
the workers.
I didn't mean the workers. I didn't mean the workers.
I
But
always got to make that abundantly clear. The brothers and the sisters.
I didn't mean that.
Total support.
You went to your like supervisors or
the leadership.
The leadership, and they said no.
Well, they said,
and you said fuck you.
No, they said yeah.
Right?
No, they said yeah, sure, we'll help you out, sure. But then when push came to shove, like I was just the second year moving in my third year of apprenticeship, so I still didn't technically have a voice at the union meetings, so I couldn't get up on the microphone and tell everyone that I was running. I had to tell them individually outside. But like it was like 5-6 union meetings in, no one said, like the leadership never brought it up once. I tried to hang posters around the union hall when I was at apprenticeship, they would get torn back down. I tried to, like, if I needed to step off to the side.
So really, you thought you were in a brothership and like really like, I mean, not with your brotherhood. Mm-hmm. I get that, but like you're in a union-based place and like everybody's supposed to help you, but like really like they don't give a fuck.
The guys that were elected to care the most, that were
don't give a fuck at all.
Because I know they have their own reasons for why they believe we have to keep this on the low key. We got to keep it. We got to survive. Is their mindset. We just got to do what we can so we can keep working, so we can keep things going. And these contractors with the laws in place got us by the balls. So we just got to play. We got to play ball. Is their mindset. But I'm sitting there trying to explain to them that this whole little we just got to survive is killing us slowly.
And I'm
not
joining
us fasting, it's just killing us even slower.
And I'm joining fucking Senate to help us out. I'm trying to fucking help us out, and you guys won't even fucking help me out to help you guys out.
That's what I was
Go
saying.
fuck yourselves.
No, that's exactly what I was saying. I said that to the president one day, and I'm just when I wanted to leave, because like I couldn't even step off when in the middle of class when I was being an apprenticeship, and I would pick my moments. I wouldn't do it when it was inconvenient. I would do it when there wasn't anything going on. I'd ask if I could step off to the side and send an email or make a phone call, which hardly ever happened. And they would tell me, no, we can't do that for you because we have to do that for the rest of the students. And I had to explain this to my president one day when I wanted to leave like an hour early at the last day of one of the last days of the week for
because I have a Senate meeting.
No,
or
because I had a meeting with
the president of the United States.
No, with Cory Booker. I was gonna get a one-on-one with Cory Booker because one of my senior advisors had him at her house. So that was one of the things she wanted to do. She wanted to get me and Cory Booker in the same room because I wanted to take advantage of the Iowa caucuses and work with these like senators and everyone running for president and try to work together with them in conjunction, so I could work with them, get people for them why they come down to Lucas County and stuff, and then get help me with name recognition, get me on the same stage with them. And when I told them that, they told me no. They're like, well, apprenticeships first. You need to fucking finish. And
really?
I was just asking for the last hour of the last week, and I had to look at the president, and he's like, well, what's the point of you running for Senate? Like, what would that even do if you got it? And I just stopped and looked at him. I was like, are you seriously asking what me, a union member, a union brother being pro-labor, could do for us in the Iowa Senate with a bunch of senators that are coming after union and the labor movement here in Iowa, what that could do for us? Are you serious? And they were so convinced that being a working apprentice paying dues and being a good little worker was way better than someone getting in the Iowa Senate and actually making some changes. So I eventually got to the point where I had a meeting with the apprenticeship board because they started getting me in trouble for little stuff like showing up a minute late here and there, and I just said, you know what, fuck this, I'm gone, I'm done, I gotta go, I'm sticking to my guns.
You had me tense throughout the entire conversation.
I know, sorry. And that's why I don't like to cover this type of stuff too much. I get tense. I get pissed off thinking about this stuff.
Should we go back to fucking over Brock for a little bit?
Oh, by far.
And then we'll go back to the audio stuff.
Anyways.
We'll be right back after this next commercial break, and then we're going straight to audio right afterwards.
How's it going? You still not fucking subscribed? Are you still not fucking subscribed to the Countertop Podcast? God damn it. Just subscribe. This is the third fucking time I'm asking. I'd really appreciate it. And if you would want to, come down to the Soup Kitchen Combat Training Center in Sheraton, Iowa, 629 Armory Avenue, with me, moi, training as your sensei.
Are you done?
What it would sound like if you brought a person on that had a butterscotch candy. You want any hard candy there, young'un?
Are you done?
Yeah, I think I am.
You've been doing that for 10 minutes now.
I don't even have a butterscotch candy.
I have other candies. If it makes it sound any better. We were back after that commercial break, and it got weird for a second because like that noise just that noise just started getting. it just started, and it ruined the vibe of the advertisement. I'm just telling you. No, so we're gonna go back to shitting on Brock because like he's not here and he's never been on this podcast, and I've thought about asking him to be here, but I realized like he stopped tagging me and stuff on Facebook. Like I never got, like it was every day like I got a notification from Brock, and
I never get tagged and stuff.
I'm sorry. I tagged you and stuff. I tagged you in a post the other day.
No, it's okay. I get working and stuff. I'm not very proactive on Facebook.
But like, fuck Brock. Like, like he hasn't tagged me and stuff for a while. And like the other day I got a tag from him, but it was not that funny. Like not.
At least we know there's gonna be one person that.
And you know what? Like normally, like it's when I see something that Brock tagged like Shay in, I'm just like, all right, cool. And I look at it, and like he tagged 14 fucking people. I wasn't one of them. I'm just like, go fuck yourself, dude.
Well, it
like
wasn't relevant to you.
So I stopped. I stopped tagging him and stuff. That's why he didn't get asked to be on this podcast.
I don't think I tag anyone in anything I do on Facebook because I hardly do anything on Facebook anymore.
I fucking hate Facebook. Like it's a waste of my time, literally. Like I'll sit there for 40 minutes on fucking Facebook and I'll just look at funny shit. Like
I know, that's all I use it for, funny videos and political news. But other than that, like, I tell people all the time, I feel like our social media has gone backwards. Like, now we went from Facebook and then Twitter and more Instagram, but it's like, it should have started off with Instagram, Twitter, then to Facebook, and then MySpace. We should be on MySpace right now because MySpace was the shit.
MySpace was fucking amazing.
It was great.
Let's bring back fucking Tom.
Well, maybe not Tom. Fuck Tom.
Well, Tom was instantly a friend with everybody. That's how he got fucking famous. Real quick. That one fucking picture of him writing on a whiteboard.
That was a way how you could kind of like tell everyone like fuck you and your top friend things because like you readjust your
I
top
deleted
friends,
Tom.
People would get pissed off that they're not in their top friends, or you readjusted them and they're not in there, and it's like finally you just put just Tom in your top friends because you're like I'm done with this. It's like Tom and a cousin or something that passed away, and then that's it. None of you guys are getting my top friends. I'm tired about it.
You know what? For a while, when like MySpace like first came out, you could delete Tom. Like when I very first had a Facebook, I deleted Tom right away. I was like, I don't fucking know this guy. Why is he my fucking friend? I didn't know the whole backstory. Like he made fucking Facebook or made MySpace, and I deleted him. And then like 2 years later, if you deleted Tom, your Facebook or your fucking MySpace, fucking Facebook, fucking my shit up. No, your fucking MySpace was just, if you deleted Tom, that was like you deleting your MySpace. It was just like.
Was that so bad? I mean, like everyone thought.
No, after a while, like Tom was the shit because apparently if you delete him, you delete your fucking MySpace.
Well, like everyone thought Tom was so bad, but it's like worst case scenario, like you just had Tom and your friends, and like he had the same, like he didn't do much on MySpace. He had the same fucking profile picture to the very end.
Yeah, he had 58 million mutual friends with you.
And now you have fucking
like
Zuckerberg that fucking like doesn't care if you're his friend or not, but is gonna spy on your shit. And
apparently, like I guess like he's working with like the fucking CIA, like the whole fucking. You know what? Like I've.
Your MySpace profile used to customize, put a cool background, put a fucking.
Oh fuck yeah! Like yeah, fucking Facebook fucking sucks, dude. Like you can't make your own background and shit. Like Amanda was saying.
You had background generators, or if you like to code, you could code.
Coolchaser.com. I used to go on that shit all the fucking time. Come up with a new background every fucking week.
Yeah, the song. I love the songs.
You can make your own You can make your own playlist on your fucking like. You can like this is the songs I'm listening to. Like you can make your own fucking playlist. You can put like your the video you're watching constantly on your fucking profile. You can put all this fucking crazy bullshit. Like I said, bring back MySpace.
I love the music aspect of it because like you didn't have to make a fucking special status to show that you're like, hey, fuck my dad. You don't have to do that and air out your dirty laundry with words. You can just put on a song that's like, fuck my dad.
You know what? Fucking MySpace MySpace is the shit.
Sorry,
and
daddy issues.
That's all right. It's all right. We can bring daddy issues on this fucking channel. That's what all this alcohol is here for.
Oh, that's mine. We're good.
Like,
no, that's what all this alcohol is here for. That's a girl problem though. It's all right. But like, no, like you could.
Like, what are you saying?
What the fuck?
Tell me that again next sparring day.
No, like it's.
Ricky's planking with Amanda.
Go fuck yourself. No, it's with fucking MySpace. It's just fucking ridiculous how like we.
Anyways, by the way.
I don't think so.
I didn't catch it.
Ring the bell if you want to.
I'll let it go. You're getting up there. I'll let it go.
Ring the bell if you want to.
No, I'll let it go.
I don't care.
Up there.
We're getting close to the audio only, so it's all right.
But you're getting up there, so I'm gonna let that go.
How about you just take one with me? How about that?
No.
All right. The thing with MySpace and Facebook, like you share like GIFs or GIFs if you're a fucking asshole.
I love GIFs.
I think they're GIFs, but if you say GIFs, you're a fucking asshole because I got called that one time. at the bar. Like I was like,
Or a GIF.
I got called an asshole because I called it.
Asshole.
I got called an asshole because I said GIF. And I went to go show a random person, I don't know this man, and I was like, hey, look at this GIF I just seen the other day, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was just, I was sitting at the bar waiting for a drink, and I was just casually talking to this guy, and I was like, oh, just look at this GIF I seen the other day. And he's like, did you say GIF? It's fucking GIF. And I was like, all right, well, that's good to know. And he's like, no, like, it's fucking GIF. Like, that fucking guy got angry over it, and I was like, really, man? Like, it's fucking internet. Like, are you fucking that serious about it? Like,
oh, I love people like that. I love to like reverse troll them and be like, oh, just looking around. What are you looking around for? Oh, the guy with your fucking trophy, you fucking grammar Nazi. Like, I'm just looking around for your trophy that you just like had to jump in this conversation that did not pertain to you.
And you know what? I got back in the conversation because I looked it up. It's generated is the first G. I don't know the rest of it, but generated image fuck or something like that. But like it's GIF.
Might need to get that random
And that guy said
so
that guy oh, that fucking guy, like, and he was like, it's fucking GIF. And I was like, no, it's, oh, I wasn't trying to defend myself. I was just like, whatever, dude, like, that's fine. Like, I'm just trying to get a drink, like, whatever. But he was just fucking freaking out. Like, he was trying to fucking fight me over a fucking word. That was one of the most insane fucking things ever.
Well, now that you're showing
I didn't even finish my whole conversation about fucking Facebook because I just remembered that, and
now
it was
you're showing up to the soup kitchen. We'll be able to take care of people like that get upset about GIFs and GIFs.
I was just trying to talk to the guy, like, and I was just trying to show him a funny GIF,
you know,
and
a funny GIF, a fucking fist in the face for getting in that conversation. Hey, look, it's a moving GIF. There you go. It's a fucking fist in the face.
well, GIFs move anyways, but
Shot.
oh fuck.
Thank you, our producer Amanda, for calling that out because that would have
Yeah, she
right
did.
over my head.
You want to do one with me?
No,
How many times you said no this time?
I don't know. More times than I've said my word, which is 0.
You came up with this idea just to fuck me up, didn't you?
I didn't make the words. I even like talk shit on Amanda.
But
just so she would
you
make
came
words.
up with the idea though, and you knew like whatever word you got drawn, you're like, I ain't saying that fucking word. I'm fine.
No, I would have been fucked if it would have been fuck. I would have been fucking fucked. But
Goddamn number 3.
And that was just the roll.
Fucked
of
us
the
up.
dice. I'll take a shot with you though.
Amanda was smart. She would have made all of them fuck. Oh, you rolled a 1. That's fuck. You rolled a 3. That's fuck.
Yeah, like if that would have been the fucking most funniest thing ever. We would have been fucking fucked on that one.
I would have had to find a different fucking word.
Anyways, about the fucking MySpace Facebook situation.
Take a shot.
I'll just take a drink for a second.
Because you said anyways, Ian. Anyways, about the MySpace fucking...
Anywho, about the MySpace Facebook situation.
Jay, you might have to find Ricky after this podcast.
Yeah, good luck. I'm going to be at my mom's house. Oh.
But anyway,
That's an
like
incident.
Facebook incident.
Yeah. Like Facebook, you can just write some shit, share a picture, share a funny meme, whatever. But MySpace, you can make all your own crazy bullshit. You can do so much shit with MySpace. I don't understand why it fucking died, is the thing. Because, like, Facebook's not any better. I mean, like, I see a lot of funny shit on Facebook. Like, I've been on Facebook for 9 years now. And because I mean, Facebook is around for a while, but like I refused to get one because I was like, I don't want to fucking feed into that shit. It's fucking bullshit. Like,
And ironically, at the beginning, that's when you should have got in because that's when it was still cool without fucking people spying on you and the government knowing what you're doing, what you're shopping for.
yeah, but like it's fucking now. It's just all fucking, and now, like if I'm fucking the other day, I was talking about fucking butt plugs one day, and then all of a sudden, Wish pops up. $3 for 15 fucking. I was like, no, like it was.
When did Brock sign on to my Wish account?
No, it's.
Fuck you.
I wasn't ever fucking talking about butt plugs. That was a lie. But like, I was, like, it's just fucking random things. Like I'll be talking about wine, and all of a sudden, like Iowa wine pops up on my Wish.
Oh yeah.
Or like Iowa Wine Distillery pops up, like, or like I could be talking about paper towels, dude, and like, you can get 5,000 rolls of paper towels on Wish for $4. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, really? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like,
the problem that's
and it's fucking weird.
The problem that's happening with that shit is the same problem that we're having, like, when you go work somewhere and you get employed. Like, when you go somewhere new, sign up for a new social media, you get a new job, they give you a big fucking list of terms and conditions. And you have to accept that motherfucker. And no one reads that motherfucker. Man, I remember South Park made fun of that whole episode because Kyle didn't read the terms and conditions, and everyone says they do, but they really don't. And in those terms and conditions, that's where it's in the fine print that, like, you agree to give your information up. And it's the same thing with, like, when you work somewhere, you agree to, like, give away your God-given constitutional rights in order just to work here, because you choose to sign up for Facebook. You choose to work here, so you choose to sign up. You choose to give away your rights and give away this to us, or the intellectual property of knowing what you're looking into and stuff. So
Speaking of the terms and conditions,
and you have to agree to it, otherwise you don't get to use the product.
I've read the terms and conditions one time ever.
God help you, I've never read them.
I've read them one time, ever, and I swear to God, this is the fucking truth. Don't do this shit anymore, but I used to fucking pirate music and pirate movies. Used to. Don't anymore. Have to say that legally.
Or pirate?
Pirate. I used to pirate. I was a movie / song
Give me
pirate.
music.
That's how the fucking saying came about, though. You were stealing music and movies, just like a pirate would steal treasure. So it's pirate, but you're a movie pirate.
Yeah, and all you were doing was sharing. It was just.
No, I didn't share it. Shit,
That's what it was. It was file sharing.
Yeah.
Someone bought the CD.
Yeah,
and shared that.
I did that. I got a fucking envelope in the fucking mail, and it said, from this IP address, whatever long fucking number, which was my internet address. It was addressed to me.
Oh, did you have MediaCom? They're really good about catching that stuff.
I don't know. It came in a black envelope with a government seal on the fucking envelope, and it was black. Like, it said, addressed to Ricky Broxma. If you don't delete blah 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 blah, I'm not gonna say what movie it was. I'll tell you later. In the audio only version.
Plausible deniability. I don't want it.
That's fine.
It's a already deleted, otherwise you'd be in prison.
But it said, if you do not delete said video, you will face up
Take a
to.
shot, by the way.
I will in a second. If you do not delete said video, you will pay a fine of $250,000 and or 5 years in prison. Mm-hmm. I was like 15 at the time. It was scary shit to me. I was fucking terrified. And like a year afterwards, like I was still only doing music. I wasn't doing movies anymore at all. I was just doing music. I got another fucking letter. Same fucking way. Black envelope, government seal, addressed to me, same IP address. And it said the same thing, but it only was albums this time.
Yeah.
And it scared the fuck out of me.
As soon as you got your first letter, you needed to, like, get with someone that knew shit about computers so they could scramble your IP address, get a new Tor browser, and learn the ins and outs, because as soon as they have your number once, They don't have to watch you.
I know,
they
but
just
like
have a computer that watches you. And
I deleted it, and I thought that was fine. That was cool. Like I was still like downloading music to my iPod, and everything was cool. Like we're doing good for like a year. Got another fucking letter, and I was like, I know what this fucking says. I deleted those things they listed on there, and that was fine.
And none of this is an admission of guilt. This is a hypothetical conversation. Continue.
I did what they told me to.
Hypothetically.
But like still, like it's that computer's long gone. It's burnt. None of that ever happened. It was all in my head.
Did it really get burnt?
Actually, yes. In my fucking dreams, it did. But yeah, it's. I don't know where I was going with that story, but it was fucked up. I was going with it because of the whole fucking Facebook situation, like where they randomly like you're talking about one thing and then all of a sudden it fucking pops up on your fucking Wish. You want to buy this from Wish? That's fucking crazy. I was never talking about butt plugs. Still.
Oh, yeah, it pops up. It Google and stuff. It pop up on your Google searches and like suggested searches, suggested shopping. Like I said, it's all in those terms and conditions that you're like. That's like. It's like the new.
We can listen to your fucking life.
It's the new frontier of like it's the new gold is information. Is they want data of user information, and you agree to use that, and that's what's going on.
And you agree for us to look through your camera and listen to what you're talking about and this and that bullshit. Like, Nobody ever fucking reads it. And I've read it one time, and that was like 10 years ago when I fucking bought iTunes. And iTunes was simple back then.
Well, that's why they're coming after it so hard, especially like the last election, because it's become political now. Especially, once again, I'm not coming after Republicans more individually than Democrats, but because Democrats do it too. But a lot of the Republicans industries, because like the Trump campaign did this a lot, was they started to buy that information, and they started to have big firms that's all they did was work in conjunction with Facebook and Google, and took that information of people that might lean more right or lean more middle, and then they resupply information with you on your news feed of things that they think will push you in that direction. And that's why, like I tell a lot of people, if you get your news from Facebook, it's so imperative that you look at left-leaning and right-leaning news or articles, not ones that are way left or way right that's false, but like just try to look at CNN and Fox News, MSNBC and Fox News, because there's no more than Fox News for the right. But try to look at both so you get both sides, and use your brain to kind of sift out the bullshit, because if you only look at more left-leaning news, they're just going to keep giving you left-leaning stuff, and you're going to get fed all this bullshit that is so far left-leaning it's ridiculous. Like, I just have a lot of friends on my Facebook that I had to block their news feed just because they look at like a leaning right news websites that are so out there. Like they used to say like Obama's straight up terrorist. Here's a picture of him with a head wrap and sitting with Osama. It's like,
I think that's a lot of it. A lot of it's fucking Photoshop too.
Oh
like,
yeah, it's garbage. But that,
I
if
don't
you look into that shit too much and you don't like correct yourself and sift through the bullshit, that's all you'll get. You'll start getting that.
And you know what? Like the whole fucking thing about Barack Obama, like there were so many fucking like the second he got in office, like there was fucking terrorist complaints real fucking quick. Like you think there's gonna be somebody to go through all that fucking trouble as a fucking terrorist to fucking blow up the fucking country? Like and the fact that his middle name is Hussein, like that's a fucking common name when your family comes from that culture, you know, like he's from fucking Hawaii,
and,
you know, like.
And I tell people all the time, I'm like, Barack Obama wasn't perfect at all, and I don't sit there and say.
And
it was
no
Christ,
fucking
like,
no
man,
fucking president is either.
I had problems with his administration. I did, and some of the things he did, like bailing out a bunch of big businesses and shit after the recession. I didn't believe in that, but it's like they said, like, yeah, he wasn't born in America, and it's like someone just said it. They just said it, like, just saying it out, spouting off, like on Bill O'Reilly or Rush Limbaugh show, where they just spout off crazy shit, and they just said it, and then people kept repeating it over and over again until, like, they were just telling each other that, and then eventually became like fact.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Because I heard it somewhere, so it must be true. And that's what I don't think the left is perfect. I don't think the right's perfect. I don't think one's better than the other at all. But I try my best to hold up a mirror to both sides when they're like, well, look what the Democrats are doing. They're doing this, and this, and they lied about this, and they're saying these falsehoods, and they're just not being truthful. And I'll be like, well, do you remember what you guys did like 4 years ago and what you guys were believing? Like, you guys got to look at yourselves and realize, like, there's a big fucking pot of shit, and it's just, we're all in the same pot and being stirred by the same spoon.
Well, Jesse, I want to say that I love that you're here on my podcast. We're not done, because if you have enjoyed this podcast,
which you better have, and subscribed,
as you've been told earlier, the only way to hear this next part is go follow the link below this video and subscribe to follow the Spotify account that it's going to be on.
Yeah, and thank you for having me, man. I love coming and just talking, shooting the shit with my friends and stuff. And
I love it. I'm so glad you've came and joined me.
And
so
like always, fuck Brock. So
yeah, go fuck Brock. We'll see you next week.